tidings to show up in terms of what happened. And Zaquan said something that was very important in terms of prayers. Because we always hear Thursday night, was it Wednesday night? Thursday night.
Thursday, yeah.
And I remember I suggested, I said, they canceled the place on us. And we said, let's go home, pray about it. And then we get 3 leads, and then we get somewhere. So prayer is very much important. Much of us don't want to know where Babylon, so these things will happen. So we give thanks for the brothers and sisters that show up. Even last night, a brother hosted us in his house. And we said, "Tawada for that, brother."
That's right.
House to us, for us to even come by reason and have a discussion about the Bible and the Word of the Most High. Kala, get me Hebrews 4:11 quickly. Let me just continue on where Zaquan Lever from. Right, Zaquan? And Kalak says something that was important. Ash says something that was important about demons. You understand me? And it's very much of importance in this time that we're living. Zaquan mentioned he's here from 30 plus years. And it's so different now in terms of when brothers came in there. I came in 97. Banyamian, Priest Kahan, they came to Jamaica then. We have time where we could repent it. It was very much important. We have time where we could repent it, we could confess, we could move on a brand new note. Today, it's a whole different story out there. Whole different story. And as Zaquan mentioned, the faith of the Most High in terms of the work that we have done is very much important. And Shamara mentioned what's taking place in our nation as a whole. That's what's been publishing. That's what's been out there. Right? And it's on all of us as a duty. The kingdom of Yahawah is within us, brothers and sisters. You understand me? As they mentioned that ICE doing what they're supposed to do. Trump is doing what he's supposed to do. But it kind of looked like we are backtracking on what we're supposed to do as a nation of people. Right? And we cannot hide that fact. Right? Read from Mikalak, 4:11, Hebrews.
Hebrews chapter 4, verse 11. Let us labor therefore to enter into that rest.
And that's what Zakan was basically saying. Right? We all have to labor to enter into the rest of a Mashiach Yahushua. It have to be work. Labor means work. Work is supposed to be done. Right? We have to labor for this. Right? Read it from the top again for me, sir.
Hebrews 4, verse 11. Let us labor therefore to enter into that rest.
Read on, sir.
Lest any man fall after the same example of unbelief.
So we cannot allow our people to fall after the sin. Because we see many unbelievers falling from among us. As Barak came out and talked about saving Esau. This is what this entire thing is about. Nobody cares about the Chinese salvation. Who cares about the Arab Ishmael salvation? But it come up now where it be Esau's salvation is so important to us as a people. Why are you saving Esau from Esau?
Right.
Why are you saving him from his sister? That white woman that I shoot, what that have to do with us? No, I'm asking the question. Zaquan mentioned that some of these so-called Mexicans, they are Edomite anyway. That's a fact. We know that. If I go to one of them and speak and they say I'm Spanish, it's not my duty to convince you that you're Israel. That's not my duty. Because Yahawah said the sheep hear the voice. When the sheep hear the voice, the sheep what? Move. Khan? 3:10. St. John 3:10. Let's get that quickly and hear what it said. Book of St. John 3, verse 10.
St. John chapter 3, verse 10.
Read, sir.
Yeah.
Book of
St. John
chapter 3,
verse 10.
verse 10.
And it reads, Yahweh answered and said unto him.
And I think he was speaking to Nicodemus. But hear what Yahweh said then. Read.
Art thou a master of Israel?
Because Nicodemus was a master of Israel, right? He was an elder. He was a Pharisee, wasn't he? So what was the conversation you always have with him then? Read on, sir.
And knowest not these things?
So back then the master, the ones who was in that position, even they never knew. That's why you always have to ask him. You say he's a master, you say he's an elder, and you don't know this thing? And it's the same thing come back today. Because individuals in position and don't know these things and don't understand these things. When I look at it, I see debate going around about the 12 tribe chart. So you can degrade it, but what you have? Are those wiser than the elders that raised up from in the 80s and the 90s? That's a question we have to ask. Because more brothers angry with the 12 tribe chart than Donald Trump. And that's a fact. You questioning our Hebrew, but you're okay with we speaking English and Greek. How the hell you mad with the language that we create? What if even we created? What is that up to? Why are you offended by that so much? That you have to be a debate.
Right.
And as what Kalak mentioned, the laws must be kept in Jerusalem. 3 major feasts must be kept there. Nobody stop us from doing that. There's no scripture say we should not do it. Because when I read the Apocrypha, and I think Tobit 1 and 6, Tobit say he was the only one from Naphtali was going up 3 times a year. We cannot reason about keeping the feast of Yahawah, but the Hebrew that we speak is not. Clearly, when I read Acts the 2nd chapter, it said they speak the Galilean tongues. That was a Judah dialect of the Hebrew. I speak a different English from Kalak. And even that is a big thing among us as a nation of people in terms of, I watched Zion Lex, he was talking. And one scripture I think about was Romans 1:21, professing himself to be wise. Because there's nobody can tell me that we Jamaican and Kalak in 80s the same people. I was in Jamaica in the 90s. I grew up in a place named Mount Carey, Anchovy, Mount Carey. And if any Jamaican here are online watching, oh, you're here. When the Asian was going through their things in the 90s, they came to a place named Mount Pelia. So from Anchovy, we used to walk down there because nobody treat the Asian better than us in Jamaica. Because we have a prime minister named P.J. Patterson. He gave a law that every supermarket should hire them. When they was coming, when Aristide and Bush moved Aristide, we have a law like that in Jamaica. The supermarket, they should pack things in the back and everything. So we used to go there amongst them, and we know we were different. We eat different, we party different, we do everything different. So there's nobody can tell me that I'm the Asian is one tribe. Or the black man in America. So we know there's a difference among us, and then we have men from the 70s, they create something to lead us home. You come, you had to it. You don't denounce everything what it says and degrading it. Right? Read from the top for me again, Kalak, sir. Oh, Micah, come on. Okay. Read again from the Kalak, sir.
John chapter 3, verse 10.
Read what Yahawah said.
Yahawah answered and said unto him, Art thou a master of Israel?
Was Nicodemus a master of Israel? Yes, he had that title.
And
just like how we have chief high priest today, we have all these titles today. Read on, sir.
And knowest not these things?
And Nicodemus never knew about the conversation about born again. Just like how many of us came here, we have not born again. We have not repented. We have not confessed our fault. So we continue on the same track that we're in. We put up gang signs, all these symbols. Right? Read on, sir.
Verse 11. Verily, verily, I say unto thee.
What he said?
We speak that we do know.
We speak what we do what?
We speak that we do know.
And that is very important. And what I normally said to brothers, in Egypt, Joseph tell Pharaoh, the vision that you tell me, Pharaoh, give me some time, I'll come back to you. In Babylon, Daniel told Nebuchadnezzar the same thing. I'll come back to you. And they go seek the Most High Yahawah. And then they came back with the answer. So we should not speak things that we don't know of. If you, just like Jeremiah said, the Most High told Jeremiah, when it tear down, you have to build up. But all you want to do is tear down. And it's a sense of envy and jealousy. And nobody brought in more people in this walk than One West. Nobody. That's something that cannot be degraded. Give me Matthew 24:37, sir. That's it.
Matthew chapter 24,
Verse 37. Read for me, sir.
It reads, But as the days of Noah were,
What the Most High said? What?
as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man
And
be.
this is not the Most High, this was Yahawah that was saying. So what was going on in the days of Noah? Read for me, sir.
Verse 38. For as in the days that were before the flood,
And he's talking about not the exact day of the flood, but the days before the flood. What was taking place?
they were eating and drinking,
They were eating and drinking, read?
marrying and giving in marriage,
And what else?
until the day that Noah entered the ark,
Right? Read?
and knew not until the flood came.
So let's see what was happening before the flood. He said eating, drinking, marrying, but there was something else. Get me Genesis 6, sir, verse 5 and 6. Genesis 6, 5 to 7.
Genesis chapter 6, verse 5.
Yes, sir.
And the Most High saw that the wickedness of men was great in the earth.
So you see that? That's what was before the day of Noah. The wickedness of man was what?
Great in the earth.
Read on.
And that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually.
And that's why we see today. That's why you see a man going come out and say, I'm the new leader of Venezuela and the entire earth. Keep quiet about it. Just like the days of slavery. When the British started, it was the Portuguese, the Spanish, but the British was more fierce. The entire earth stands still. Read verse 5 again for me, collect.
Genesis chapter 6, verse 5. And the Most High saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth.
Read.
And that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually.
That's why you have the AI system coming. That's why you have the so-called digital ID coming. And that's why we that proclaim to be wise, we have to be different. COVID shook a lot of people. When COVID came out, it was prominent man in this nation say, take the vaccine. Now, yesterday Trump left the World Health Organization. Because Trump said COVID was a big hoax. Didn't he left it? America created the Health World Organization 80 years ago, and they back out of it. And you have the Caribbean countries, the African countries, all these leaders and presidents, they were pushing that vaccine on their people. You have Israelites sanction the vaccine. Now we come out that there's nothing the vaccine could do to stop COVID. They talk about the blood clot and everything. So while wickedness increases in the earth, the people that's supposed to guide the people that's supposed to lead the people, what are we doing? Because the destruction out there is gross. Right? Read on, sir.
Verse 6. And it repented the Most High that he had made man on the earth.
Read on.
And it grieved him at his heart.
What they said Most High did?
It grieved him at his heart.
Read.
And the Most High said, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth.
And what happened? A flood came. That's all what take place in the time of Noah. So when you read Matthew the 24th chapter, he said the same thing happening again. Right? Jump to verse 9 for me, collect.
Genesis chapter 6, verse 9. These are the generations of Noah.
These are the generation of Noah. Read on.
Noah was a just man and perfect in his generation.
In his what?
Generation.
And these are something that we should strive for in this generation also. We should try our best to be just. We should try our best to be perfect. Read.
And Noah walked with the Most High.
In the laws and the statutes and the word and the commandment of the Most High. Read.
Verse 10. And Noah begat 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth.
Now, verse 11.
The earth also was corrupt before the Most High.
Read.
And the earth was filled with violence.
And that's what is taking place. These all happened before the flood. The violence that taking place in the earth and the corruption that taking place in the earth. Look what Israel president doing. And remember, Israel do have a president and a prime minister. Look what they're doing in the so-called Middle East, in Northeast Africa. Now the Israel prime minister said, no, they have to liberate the African people. Trump bomb Nigeria. Who you think tell Trump to bomb Nigeria? Because they tell you that what? The United Arab Emirates, they make road into Congo already, taking diamonds. Israel is the #1 diamond country in the world. Israel is the #1 producer and seller of diamond in the world. Do Israel have diamond? Where do you think they get it? The people that own what the grade 1 gold in the world in South Africa, who do you think those people are? They are all Jewish people, so-called Jewish people. And for me and some of the brothers that have been to Israel and we see what's taking place there. And just to come back to Babylon and to hear brothers over here saying salvation is there for those people, it's sickening. Right. Because those people don't even think there's salvation for them. Those people don't even think there is salvation for them as a nation of people. Right? Kalat, last one, Revelation 3, verse 15 and 16, sir.
Revelation chapter 3, verse 15.
Read.
I know thy works.
What Yahushua said?
I know thy works.
Read on.
That thou art neither cold nor hot.
Read.
I would thou wert cold or hot. So then because thou art lukewarm,
what happened?
And neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth.
And that's compromising. And this truth you cannot compromise. Because the devil, which is Donald Trump, he said what he feels to say, or we feel to say. He's not lukewarm in what they're doing. They're not lukewarm in their agendas. Neither do we today as Israelites can lukewarm in our desire to worship our power. Just like the Maccabees did. What difference is Antiochus from Donald Trump? No difference. Because their agenda, they're pushing, and they will not stop. So just like Barak mentioned, he said he wanted the green land, and he said something very important. He said, not because Denmark put a ship on the land 500 years ago, that means they own it. We could say the same thing about Columbus. Cortez, we could say the same thing about all of them. And now we see them fighting amongst themselves. And by seeing them fighting amongst themselves, I hear about World War III. But brothers, as I will close out, a bunch of white people fighting is not a world war. Because even when they do the history and so-called World War I, it named the Great War. They never call it World War I until they create World War II. And a bunch of white people fighting have nothing to do with this. Because guess what? As black people, we fight against each other every day. They doing what they're supposed to do as the devil the Bible speaks of. We must do what we're supposed to do as the children of light. Kawakan?
Khan.
Kawakan?
Khan.
Kawakan.
Khan.
All right, all right.
Okay.